If you want an engagement ring that looks like it belongs on a red carpet, but you don't have the celebrity budget, you're in the right place. Historically, natural fancy colored diamonds like pinks and yellows have been reserved for billionaires and royalties and museums. A high quality natural pink diamond can easily cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's simply not an option for most people. But that has completely changed. Thanks to a lab-grown technology, these incredible stones are now accessible. First, let's be very clear about the facts. Lab-grown diamonds are not fake. They are chemically, optically, and physically identical to the natural diamond. They just grew in a controlled lab environment rather than deep inside the earth for billions of years. This breakthrough means you can now get a literally red carpet look on a normal budget. Now that these stones are actually within the reach, you need to know exactly what your options are. We are breaking these incredible diamonds down into the 5 vibrant categories. But before we look at the specific colors, we need to talk about how these stones are actually graded and how that saturation directly affects the budget. While traditional white diamonds are valued for their pure lack of color, fancy colored diamonds are priced for their rich, distinct hues. Colored diamonds are evaluated on a very specific intensity scale. The grading terminology starts with faint and light, moves into the fancy, and then peaks at the fancy intense and fancy vivid. When you look at the light or fancy light diamonds, the color is soft, pastel, and subtle. It looks like a single drop of watercolor was added to a crystal. These light shades are incredibly elegant. Because they are less saturated, they are often mimic the exact look of a natural color stones found in Earth. On the opposite, you have a fancy intense and fancy vivid. These are heavily saturated electric colors. A fancy vivid diamond has a dense, rich hue that immediately commands attention across the room. It's what gives you that unapologetic, high-impact celebrity look. So how does this affect the cost? In the world of natural mined diamonds, jumping from the fancy light to fancy vivid can increase the price for hundreds of thousands of dollars. The price curve is astronomical because a natural vivid stone is geological anomaly basically. With the lab-grown diamonds, the rules changed, but the intensity still drives the value. Growing a diamond with the perfect, even, highly saturated vivid color is technically demanding. The lab has to meticulously control trace element like nitrogen to create yellow or boron to create the blue during the extreme heat and pressure of the growth process. Because this precision takes more time and expertise, a fancy vivid lab-grown diamond will cost more than the fancy lab-grown diamond on the exact same size. The actual color you choose also impact the price. Lab-grown yellows are generally most accessible and budget-friendly because the science behind growing them is highly established. Lab-grown pinks and blues require far more complex engineering and specialized treatment to get the color perfectly stable, which makes them more of a premium investment. However, even at the absolute highest end of the lab-grown vivid pinks or blues, you are still getting a flawless world aesthetic for a fraction of what mined stones would dictate. Let's look at the actual stones. First, the yellows. These range from a soft canary all the way to the intense sun-drenched hue. This is the classic, vibrant alternative to the white diamond. It's perfect for a bright, high-energy aesthetic, and it looks incredibly striking when it's set in a crisp white gold or platinum for maximum contrast. And this brings up the crucial rule for any colored diamond: the design. The color center stone is already a massive statement. The setting must be elegant, focused on the form and style to be completely timeless, so it highlights the stone without looking messy or overcomplicated, over the top. Next, the pinks. These are highly romantic and incredibly thought after right now. They range from a dedicated blush pink to a deep saturated vivid pink. A soft pink looks beautiful in a rose gold, while a vivid pink makes a massive statement all on its own. But whether you choose the pink, yellow or blue, getting the exact hue right is the hardest part. Judging saturation strictly by a grading report or the stock photos online is very difficult. You have to select the precise saturation that will look best in real life lighting, not just on paper. Next, the blues. This gives off an incredibly striking regal energy. A blue diamond can be a pale icy blue or deep saturated royal blue, which we call vivid. They offer a very clean, sophisticated look, but with these deep colors, and really with any color diamond, you have to prioritize cut quality. People often focus so much on the color that they forget about the cut. If a diamond is cut poorly, it will not sparkle and it will just look like a piece of dark glass. It still needs to have an incredible light return. Fourth on the list, we have the earth tones. This includes your champagne, cognac, and rich brown diamonds. This often warms, luxurious, and highly sophisticated vibe that looks absolutely incredible in the vintage-inspired or bohemian settings. And finally, the greens and the edgy alternative. Lab-grown technology allows for the beautiful earthy greens or bright means and even striking opaque black diamonds for a completely non-traditional look. The style possibilities here are incredible, really. A pale light green diamond looks absolutely stunning in a geometric Art Deco style design, while a rich dark green is perfect for a highly detailed, natural inspired setting. This brings us to the most important point. We are huge fans of engagement ring being built with a total balance in mind. You cannot just pick a loose stone and then drop it into the pre-made setting as an afterthought. The stone and the metal have to be engineered together to create one unified piece. This is exactly why our custom 3D design phase is so crucial. We curate the stone for the maximum sparkle and the perfect color and hue, of course, and then we build a perfect balanced bespoke setting entirely around it. There are many other questions to cover when it comes to buying colored diamond, but I hope I covered the most important ones today. When it actually comes time to purchase this kind of diamond, set up a strategic session with me. I will guide you through the entire process from sourcing the perfect stone to engineer the final ring. And if you have any questions right now, just leave the comment below and I will reply directly. Thank you so much guys for watching.